Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over a potential wildcard draft for Game Week 6. It is a really optimal time to use your wildcards, so let me know if you are in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's go over the goalkeepers and the defenders. It is relatively template, but that's just because it is the best defensive core you can really go with on a Game Week 6 wildcard draft. We've gone for Raya and Dubravka in goal. Dubravka is just a staple. He's a 4 mil playing goalkeeper. Even though the fixtures aren't great for him, you're not going to be playing him over Raya. And then Raya is your main goalkeeper. Now, I don't mind the Donnarumma pick, because the City fixtures over the next 3 are generally better than Arsenal's, because City have Burnley at home, Everton at home, and Brentford away in the next 3, whereas Raya has Newcastle away, Fulham away, and then West Ham at home in the next 3. But then after that, Arsenal's fixtures are just much better from a defensive standpoint. They do have like Burnley and then Sunderland in like Game Week 10 and 11, so obviously really nice fixtures. And City's are all right, but from a defensive view, they're just not. Like, you're fine having midfielders and strikers, because obviously they can score against any team. I mean, anyone can score against any team, but City, you definitely wouldn't write them off against anyone. But yeah, I just think if you're gonna have a defender or a goalkeeper, I think the long-term fixtures are much better for Arsenal. But you could go Donnarumma. He is 0.1 more, but at the end of the day, personally, Raya, Dubravka are better. But again, it's your choice. But if you want to go against the template, then obviously go Donnarumma, but I think you're going to see more points over the next, like 5 or 6 game weeks from Raya than Donnarumma. But those are the goalkeepers there. And at the back, again, it's also very template. I have 2 4 mil playing defenders, though, which is a little bit, it's a little bit interesting, but I think they work very well. And I'll go over that momentarily. But let's go over your main core. You're going to probably be playing 3 defenders every week anyway, so they are just going to be Gabriel, Senesi, and Tarkowski. They have all hit DEFCONs a lot, especially Senesi and Tarkowski. I think that with players like Senesi and Tarkowski, you're kind of... It's a bit weird to say, but they're kind of already starting on that 4-point, just because they're already doing it every single game, especially like Senesi. There's no Anderson in this team. That's just because the Fulham fixtures are really bad. I don't really like them. I get that he's good for DEFCON and stuff. He's only 4.5 mil. But until the fixtures change, I personally don't really like the Anderson pick. The next 5 fixtures is not very good for him. And I get that he's a DEFCON machine, but if they concede like more than 1 goal, and that's already a -1 point there, and if he doesn't hit DEFCON, that's like a 1-pointer. It's just not, personally, I just don't really see the benefits of having him, apart from the extra 2 points you get from DEFCON, which he isn't guaranteed to hit every single game. Whereas you've got players like Senesi and Tarkowski who have got good fixtures, apart from obviously City away for Tarkowski, and they are DEFCON machines. You've gone for Gabriel as well, just because of that Arsenal double up. Like I say, Newcastle away is not great this week. You don't have to play that double Arsenal defense, but I feel like you would anyway, just because it's Arsenal. They can keep a clean sheet against anyone. He's got that dominance threat on corners. It's just worth playing him regardless. So that's your main 3 that you're going to be playing most weeks anyway. And then I've gone for 2 4 mil defenders as well in Rodon, and I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. It's like Mukiele. But he's actually hit DEFCON 3 games so far this season. So 3 out of 5, pretty good for a 4 mil defender. And the fixtures aren't too bad as well coming up. They do have Wolves at home, Everton at home in the next 5, Forest and United away. Probably not going to keep a clean sheet in those fixtures, but again, he's not going to be someone you're playing every single week. He's someone that you could rotate with, let's say Tarkowski, who's got Man City away in Game Week 8, and then you could easily play Vera instead, who's obviously got Wolves at home. You could also play Rodon as well, who's got Burnley away. Like I say, it's just nice to have 2 4 mil playing defenders that play and can hit DEFCON. And to be fair, Leeds and Sunderland, they've been good this season. Not necessarily great for clean sheets, but it's nice to be able to call them if you need them from the bench. So that's the defenders I've gone with. Could bring in Anderson. I can't, because I've only got 0.2 mil in the bank, so I generally couldn't bring Anderson into this draft, but I don't really see the massive benefits from having him anyway. But those are the defenders and the goalkeepers for the wildcard draft. Moving on, let's take a look at the midfield for this wildcard draft. We've gone for Semenyo, Njai, we've gone for Reinders, we've gone for Kudus, and we've also gone for Bruno Fernandes as well. So again, rather template, but it is just because it's probably the best, not the best midfield you could go with, because a lot of people won't have like Kudus and stuff. A lot of people have gone for Starch from Leeds, and that's to fit like Salah in. A lot of 5 mil midfielders, they've gone for like Dewsbury Hall, Starch, and then that's kind of giving them enough money to bring in Salah. But remember, Dewsbury Hall's on 4 yellows, 1 more yellow, and then he's not going to be able to play for a fixture. And then it kind of breaks your team down a bit. And I just don't think it's worth tearing up a team just to bring in Salah. Whereas you've got Semenyo, who could potentially be on pens. Now that Kluivert's back, we'll have to wait and see. And Jai, who's on pens. Fernandez, who's on pens. Kudus, who's very attacking. Really high assist potential. Just got 2 assists at the weekend. And then, yeah, with Reenders, it's weird, man. Everybody thought he was just going to get benched and stuff, but he's just playing every single game. And he's so cheap, so he just has to be in that wildcard draft for me. But yeah, I do like the midfield. I think it's solid for the next how many fixtures. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes got like Liverpool away coming up and stuff. Not ideal, but you know, you can't have 5 green fixtures for a player. It's pretty difficult to do that. But I do like the midfield. Like I say, you got some penalty takers in there as well. And I know I go on about penalties and stuff, but we've already seen this season how much of a difference that can make. Salah scored a penalty in over the 90th minute. Bruno Fernandes has scored a penalty over the 90th minute. And that's a lot of points there. You know, that's 5 points for the goal, and then I think both got bonus that game. It just completely changes everything. So having 90-minute kind of penalty takers is very much worth it. And the majority of this midfield do play at least 80 to 90 minutes, and all very good choices in my opinion. Kudus could be somebody else if you wanted to downgrade him, but for me, I feel like it's a solid midfield. It's probably something that I would go with if I was on a Game Week 6 wildcard draft. Finishing things off for today's video, the forwards, again, super template, but I just don't really know who else I would go with. We've gone for João Pedro, we've gone for Haaland, and we've also gone for Gyökeres as well. Again, with this Palmer injury, it's just making João Pedro's minutes higher and higher. Not that he wouldn't play if Cole Palmer was there, because it's mainly like Delap and players like that are going to hurt João Pedro's minutes, but obviously he's injured as well. Of course, not having Cole Palmer does kind of hurt the creativity of Chelsea, but João Pedro, if he was on penalties instead of Enzo Fernandez, he would be an absolute monster to have in a wildcard team, because he's been very good so far this season. And then the extra penalties as well, which he did take for Brighton. We know he's good at penalties, so maybe if Enzo's not on the pitch, then it will fall to João Pedro. And the fixtures are still relatively okay-ish for Chelsea as well. Brighton at home, Liverpool at home, Forest away, Sunderland at home, and then Spurs away in the next 5. Not terrible fixtures at all. Obviously, Haaland just has to pick himself. A very good triple captaincy option this week. Obviously, if you're wildcarding, you can't do that. But if you're not wildcarding, I think he's a solid pick. I mean, I'm probably going to triple captain him this week, just because we get extra. And then obviously, Gyökeres has blanked like the last 3 games, which is, well, not the last 3. I think he got a goal against Forest, but he's blanked against like the top teams. But now he's got some good fixtures coming up with West Ham at home, Fulham away, Palace at home, and Burnley away as well. I think he's hopefully comes good. Potentially on penalties as well. Depends if Saka's on the pitch. And even if Saka is on the pitch, maybe he just takes them anyway. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, like I say, this is relatively template. I've tried to change up a little bit because I know a lot of teams have like Starch and obviously Anderson and stuff. It's hard to, you don't want to change players just for the sake of it. You know, template can be boring, but it's template for a reason. It's template because they are just genuinely the best players to have on a wildcard draft. So you want to maximize your wildcard. You want to get the most points out of your wildcard. It is always nice going for like a differential pick 100%, which I've kind of tried to do a little bit. But at the end of the day, you want to be attacking the fixtures with the players that are good for those fixtures. So that's why I've gone for these. But at the end of the day, it's your decision. This is just a potential wildcard draft you could go with. We'll probably make another one later on in the week with both Salah and Haaland, because there are a few of those going around. I'm not a massive fan of it, but just in case you do want both of them, I will go over that as well. But that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like down below. Leave a comment. Are you thinking of wildcarding this week for Game Week 6? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.